What brands or companies are actually evil? DuPont knowingly poisoned the entire US with a chemical that stays in your body forever and causes health issues and birth defects. There's a whole movie about it called Dark Waters. I believe they're still fighting in court over it since it happened quite a while ago. Banana companies, seriously look up their history. They would topple entire governments just to be able to pay workers like garbage and sell the bananas to the states. Union Carbide. One night, a pesticide plant in India leaked methyl isocyanate on the city of Bhopal. 500,000 were exposed, 16,000 died, and 40,000 were permanently disfigured or disabled. They spent years trying to cover it up and get out of any responsibility. My friend Mo was poisoned in utero by that when his parents were visiting their parents in India. His mom died the year he graduated from cancer, and he died of complications from his various disabilities and birth defects 3 years ago. He had one of the most brilliant minds and a fantastic sense of humor. Fuck Union Carbide. De Beers and their Blood Diamond, child slavery cartel. Diamonds aren't even rare, they just keep a hold on the supply to make us think so. I'm creating a competing company selling certified blood diamonds. 4 children die in the process of bringing the diamond to you. Guaranteed. College Board. And paying for electronically sending your SAT scores to each college are like $20 when you can do it for free. College Board. Non-profit my ass. $35 shipping fee to send my SAT score to colleges when it's sent online? Why does it cost $50 to take an SAT? Why am I paying $200 for an AP exam? Fuck that shit. Straight up a monopoly running colleges in America. They don't run colleges, they run the propaganda machine that makes teens feel like college is the only option, which makes them run to College Board. Vera Bradley. Hello Sweatshop. Their factories are funneled full of refugees from Burma, Myanmar, Guatemala, Sierra Leone. They are drastically underpaid, obviously, and stuck in these huge yet cramped sweatshops. Literal sweatshops. My boyfriend when I was in my 20s, he worked in factories through Manpower or some such staffing agency. They placed him there for a few months. He learned that they keep the guards on short-term assignments. Probably so they can't get enough evidence to turn them in. It was fucked. He said they gave the workers these paper-feeling pajama things and slip-on cheap sandals. They weren't allowed to bring anything into the sweatshop. Not a bag or a phone, not a lunchbox. They couldn't bring cell phones into the entire facility. My boyfriend was also held to the cell phone rule. He would have to call me from the parking lot before he went in, because even he wasn't allowed to bring his phone into the building. He wasn't allowed to bring a lunchbox either. It was bizarre. The folks were worked to near torture conditions, like not being able to use the restroom, not being able to leave the building during a shift. He said they would work for undetermined length shifts. He wasn't ever given much information about production. About internal affairs, he was just told to watch these crowded rooms. He was supposed to make sure people weren't talking to each other, they weren't allowed to take breaks. It is seriously fucked. And this modern wage slavery happens in the United States. Bayer should be the top comment. Literally, knowingly sold HIV-tainted blood products to Africa and Third World customers rather than lose money by destroying their tainted inventory. Ticketmaster and Live Nation. Are they the same company? So fucked cause they own all the big venues as well. 10 years ago got great seats to every show. Now this fucking waiting room is BS. Amway. Their MLM company that preys on the ignorance of poor people. The DeVoe family became billionaires of what is essentially a pyramid scheme. Like as in the same family that Betsy DeVos belongs to? The U.S. Secretary of Education who's so stupid, it's hard to believe she was chosen for her position. The National Football League sent a crooked doctor to testify before Congress and lie about football turning players' brains into mush. They destroyed the career of the researcher who discovered it. They threatened lawsuits against journals that published the research. They actively misled players about the danger. Yes, everybody knew you could get a concussion playing football. But the league led players to believe it could be managed like any injury. Just get a couple weeks rest and it will heal. The league knew everyone causes permanent damage that never heals and lied to players about it. When ESPN co-produced a documentary about all of this with PBS Frontline, the league forced them to disavow it and take their name off it or risk losing coverage access. They're responsible for certifying lots of cocoa farms, especially in Ivory Coast, that abuse West African children in hazardous, grueling labor and let farms continue in nationally protected forests. They put the certified label on imported chocolate to your country when the certified chocolate actually did use child labor swept under the rug. Edit, certified not snacks. LAKEY Banana Company, have allegedly been involved in the deaths of trade unionists and threats to their families.
Make sure to like and subscribe for more stories.